So this is going to be the start of a new series. My wife is living in another city during the weekends, and she's constantly asking me questions about Minecraft related stuff because both of my kids play. And they get to a point where she's asking them questions that she doesn't understand. So I'm building this as a parent's guide to Minecraft. So this is to help your son or daughter, when they ask you questions, you have a point of reference on the basic things. The first thing I'm going to do is turn down the music. So from the main screen, you can get the options here: music, sounds, video settings. I'll go through all this later. I'm going to start with just basic gameplay elements. So from the launcher screen, once you get the game launched, you'll be greeted with this screen, which most of you are going to want to do is start with single player. You won't have anything listed here. You'll go to create new world, give the world a name. I'm going to call mine a parent's guide to Minecraft. And I recommend doing, depending on the age of your child, if you have a younger age child, I recommend doing creative mode. That allows them to have access to all resources. Everything is, they can't die, and it's more like Legos. I'm going to start with survival mode, but you're going to want to click on more world options, and you're going to want to put allow cheats on. What this will do is this will allow you to input commands into the game that will help them out. And there are some other things that you can do from here too. And if you don't click this on the first time or your child starts the game without you, I will also show you another way to get in. But we're going to do the first loading of the world, basic introduction stuff in this video. So, this is the world of Minecraft. You have your mouse, which does left, right, up, down. You also have your keyboard commands. W goes forward, S goes back, A left, D right. And so, and spacebar jumps up and down. Your character will automatically go down, but he will not automatically go up. First thing your child is going to need to do is punch a tree. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that is the way this game works. So I'm going to completely chop down this tree with the just bare hands. And I'm going to gather up all the wood I can. I may not be able to reach the top of this tree. Nope, I did. And so now that I have some wood blocks, the next thing I'm going to do is press E to open up my inventory screen. I'm going to take one of these wood blocks, right click, which will generate, this is a crafting table. Things you craft here, the output is there. And so I'm going to now left click that to pick that up, and then I can either right click individual pieces in there to make a workbench or crafting table, or the other thing I can do is if I want to drop one of everything here, I hold down the right button and kind of swish it around, and that'll fill all the blocks. So that's crafting table. The first thing you're going to want to craft is a pick. So I'm going to, so this gives you bigger, a 3x3 crafting block instead of a 2x2. And so I'm going to pick up this. I'm going to make sticks, which is one block or one wood plank over one wood plank. I'm going to drop down 2 sticks, which is the basic of most tools, and then 3 across the top, which makes a wooden pickaxe. So with this wooden pickaxe, I need to get what is called stone, or it'll turn into cobblestone once I pick it up. So dirt, which is what I'm digging up now, can be dug up by hand relatively easily. Oh, that is actually a good find. This block here is a coal block. And so if I take my wooden pickaxe, you can switch between items here by the scroll wheel. You can also switch between them by hitting the number keys in the corresponding location. And so as I break the coal blocks, it gives off experience. And you'll end up using coal blocks for other items as well. So I've run into water here. So if I dig this block down, that water's going to fill in. So if I put a block there, and I'm going to change the way I'm digging because I'm surrounded by water here. So I can continue to gather blocks without getting into the water. Water is one of the more difficult things to deal with in the game, especially for young beginners. So I have a collection of cobblestone, and as you can see, the farther down I go, it starts to get dark. So we're going to take 2 sticks and 3 cobblestone across the top, and that's going to create a stone pickaxe. Stone pickaxe has more durability and is able to break more blocks than the wood pickaxe. Now the next thing I'm going to do is make some torches. So I'm going to take my sticks and put torches on top of it. Now if I hold down shift and click here, it's going to make everything that I can with the materials I have in here. That's going to create 12 torches. So if I place a torch here and place a torch here, it's going to increase the light level. Now light level makes a difference. If you hit escape and you go to options, difficulty, default is normal. That means monsters will spawn, but they're not increasingly difficult to take care of. There's hard, which means the monsters are more aggressive and better at killing you. There's also peaceful, which is what a lot of beginner players should be playing on. It causes monsters not to spawn, and it allows them to roam free around the world without worry of dying. Okay, so this is actually really good as well. So as I've been digging down, this little copper color actually indicates that iron is present. So this iron block here, as you can see, that's just starting to break up. If I continue to hit with this block, I will break it and I will not get it, which means I used the wrong pick. And see how that one, on that one, it breaks pretty easily. What that means is that I'm able to break the block and get its item. So, and then with this iron, you have to smelt it. There's no natural use for iron in its block form other than as a decoration. I'm also going to go through here and get all this coal, because I'm going to need it as well. And so when you're first starting, the first resource you need to find is wood. Wood is the basic building block for 90% of what you're going to need for starting off with. So, but in order to take care of this iron, I'm going to put cobblestone all around the outside, and that's going to create a furnace. This furnace is going to be able to melt the iron ore. Now, there's 2 things I can do here. I can use a piece of coal, which would give me 8 units of a smelted item, or I can also make charcoal by using a wood item. Now that wood item is only going to give me a... Oh, actually, I think it's 1.5. Or no, it's exactly 1. So wood item will get you a 1 turn smelt. A stick will give you a 0.5 turn smelt. Spruce wood and planks, or wood and planks will give you each 1.5 turns of burn. So it's best if you have no resources to turn a few of these into planks and then turn, these are called wood blocks, into charcoal, because it increases your burn rate. So I've also luckily spawned next to sheep. Now I could punch the sheep to death to get a single block of wool from it, or I can put in a diagonal 2 iron ingots to make shears. Because as you can see, where did the sun go? The sun is setting, so it is starting to get dark outside now. So I need 3 pieces of wool, which can either be gathered from killing or shearing sheep. And then I'm going to make an axe so I can cut down some trees quicker, because I'm going to prepare for night. So once again, 2 blocks. I'm going to make a stone axe. You'll end up making the most stone tools out of any one material. So I'm going to double tap the W, which will cause me to run, and then jump at the same time, which will allow me to jump farther. So I can't reach that top block to cut it down. So what I can do is put a dirt block down to make my character 1 taller. So then that way I can get all of the materials. And for some reason it didn't log. So achievements are how you are just kind of keepers. Of tools. You can check your achievements by here. It should have given me that first achievement a while ago, but for some reason it didn't. This game is not without bugs or faults. So, to make a bed, I need to do 3 planks there and 3 wool there. And that will make a bed. Now I'm going to put my bed underground. So what I'm going to do is, I've dug this little hole already. I'm going to put dirt to cover it up. And then I'm going to make a little space in this house. And then I'm going to sleep in the bed. Now you can't sleep in the bed until the sun sets. But monsters only spawn, the majority of monsters only spawn only at night, actually, or only where it's dark. And so as you can see, the sun has risen, which would be over that way. And so a new day has begun. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west, just like in real life. So that's a way you can find out where you are. And then one of the things I forgot to do, always before you start playing Minecraft, when your child has started to put in roots or put their bed down, you want to hit F3. And you're going to see these lots of numbers, but you're going to see this 262, 68, and then 5.3. You're going to want to write those down. So what that is your X is your longitude, Z is your latitude, and Y is your altitude. And so with those numbers, you can always find back to where you are. my son especially likes to go walkabout, and he will end up really far away from his home and will want to get back there. So, going back to our traditional house, I'm going to want to make a chest, which is 8 wood planks or 2 wood blocks. And you do them all around the outside to make a chest. Now, a chest needs a place to open. So if I place it here and I right click on it, I cannot open that chest. If I place it here and right click on it, I can open the chest. If you hold down shift and left click these items, it will put them into the chest. Now, since I have a bed down, I have set my spawn, is what that is called. Now I'm going to cover swimming real quick and dying. So if you're in a world where there's water, if you just go into the water, you will eventually go down and drown. You can see the water bubbles here starting to diminish. If you hold the space bar, you will rise up like that. Now, I have full, what are called meat haunches, which means that I will regenerate health when it starts to diminish. So I'm going to let a couple of those go down again. And you see it's going to take away some hearts. And they're going to replenish. Now, in peaceful mode, the meat haunches will not diminish, which is good, because you don't have to worry about food. There are many ways to get food, which I will cover in my next episode, but now I will cover dying. So, there are lots of different ways to die in Minecraft. Drowning is one of the more common. I'm going to suffocate myself. So I'm essentially drowning in the sand that I have placed. Nope. So if you're in single player, when you hit the escape button, that essentially pauses the game. So I have died. So I have two options. I can either go back to the title screen or I can respawn. So I'm going to click respawn, and since I have set a bed, it will respawn me on my bed. Now, if I pop the bed in, even though I put it into the exact same location that it was in, I will not respawn at my bed. So one of the other important things is that if you lay down a bed and pop it out, you have to sleep in it again to reset your spawn. So that is one of the easiest ways to get back to wherever their home location is to have them set a bed there and sleep in it, and then to leave it there. So there I've drowned. Looks like they've changed the coding on that. Okay, let me put the bed there. So, another thing is if you get so hopelessly lost, you have no idea where you are. So once again, I double tap W to run, and then I'm holding it down to keep that run motion going forward. If you fall more than 3 blocks, your character also will take damage. So I've run this direction now for an indeterminate amount of time. I've spun around, and now I have no idea where my home base is. So I don't have anything in my inventory. Well, say I have this mushroom in my inventory. I'm not too concerned about it, but I really want to get back home. You hit the slash button and type in kill, and that will kill your character. And so this is the message I was looking for. Your home bed was missing or obstructed. So I have spawned back into the place where I initially started, which is not too far from here. So I'm going to put my bed back, and I can't sleep in it except for at night. So I'm going to try that kill command again. Yep. So it will spawn you close to where you started. It may not be in the exact same spot, but it is close enough to where you can find it. So another way to help you find your home location is to make what's called a dirt pillar. So I'm going to take this. This is my home location. This is a pretty good high vantage point. So I'm going to build it all the way up, put a torch on top of it. And then I'll show you why that's important in just a moment. Alright, so in the distance you can see my dirt pillar and my torch on top. It's a pretty full moon, so it is fairly bright out even at night. But a lot of times I will tell my kids, especially when they first started, you can't go farther than what you can see that. So I'm at the pretty far edge. As I walk away from it, it disappears into the distance. I like to tell them, stay where you can see that, or I won't be able to help you get back. And it has a light to it, so that helps out too. So I'm currently on peaceful mode. I'm going to change it to normal. And instantly monsters have started to spawn. That is a witch over there. They are incredibly difficult to take care of. That is a skeleton over there. They shoot arrows at you, which makes them difficult to take care of. Witches throw potions, and so they are difficult to take care of, especially in open ranges like this, because they can start damaging you long before you can do any damage to them. So that skeleton has seen me, and I can just punch him down. It does take some time, because I don't have a weapon. And actually I have two skeletons shooting at me. So I've died by skeleton. So I'm going to try to find more. Oh, so as we cut down trees, they'll start to what's called decay, and they will leave saplings, which can be planted, which causes new trees to grow. So I want to find a zombie. And, oh, there we go, and a creeper. Creepers are exceptionally dangerous because that hissing noise means they're getting ready to explode. And they will more than likely be able to kill you if you're next to them when they explode. Now, and the last one is a zombie. I heard one. Oh, that's another. But if you get back to where they exploded, they do leave behind some pretty useful materials. So that kind of... Oh, there's a zombie. So, I'm trying to put the zombie between me and the skeleton. So as you can see, the skeleton has shot the zombie. And if he could reach, the skeleton would shoot and kill him. Or would, or used to. But you can use the mobs against each other. You can use the mobs to kill each other. So, and then if your child does get scared of monsters, like my son does, if you go to peaceful, all the monsters, the hostile monsters in the game will disappear. And then you can go back to easy, medium, or hard. So I want to find a creeper to show you how to nullify his attack. Oh, okay. So there's a creeper over there. I still don't have any weapons. So I'm gonna have him follow me down, and I'm gonna be in water, and I'm gonna let him explode. So as you can see, whereas he killed me the first time, he only took half my hearts because I was in water. Water greatly nullifies their attack power. And so I'm going to go back to my bed and sleep in it. Well, actually, what I'll do is I'll leave it on hard. So once again, my pillar with the light. I'm going to sleep in my bed. And that will clear the darkness away. So no more new monsters will spawn above ground unless there's a really dark spot. But if there are any monsters that were out, they would, skeletons and zombies, burn in the sunlight unless they have a helmet on or are in water. And then spiders and creepers will not burn in the sun, but spiders during the daylight become passive, or neutral, which means they will only attack you if you attack them during the daylight, or because if they're underground. So you heard that moan, that means there's a zombie nearby. So you see how he sets fire as soon as I step out. So he will eventually burn out. And he will also leave behind useful materials. And so I think I'm going to conclude my first episode there. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comment box. And if it's something easy, I will answer it in the comment box. Or if it's something that you want a video made for, please request a video. And I'll work on that. So, once again, this is a new series that I'm starting to help parents of children who play Minecraft, so the children can enjoy it more, and the parents can answer questions if they need it. So, my name is spelled 1101 base 2. I go by the moniker 13. You can look it up. This is the Center for Nerds channel, and I will see you on the flip side. Later.